Have you ever had someone say something to you with all the right words, but you could sense a hidden agenda, so it didn't go over so well? But then someone else who maybe used all the wrong words, but you really got that their attitude, their posture of heart was so for you, so you were way more willing to go there with them. People can smell an agenda a mile away. And if you have unspoken judgments about the person that you're looking to have a tough conversation with, we usually come into that conversation in a fixing mode. Even if you never say a word about those judgments, there's an unspoken message you're sending that will just inevitably come across whether you like it or not. It isn't exactly the greatest invitation for connection. On the spectrum of difficult conversations, I have them on a pretty regular basis, ranging from little day-to-day stuff like volunteers not showing up on time, or all the way to the bigger ones that feel weighty and hit closer to the heart with matters of character or struggles or decisions that will produce a certain kind of future for that person over there that I'm committed to. But I realized something a while back that made all the difference in the world for me, no matter how little or how big the tough conversation. And that is that unspoken judgments will always sabotage my support for someone if I don't subjugate them to my care. I have to be willing to elevate my care and my love higher as a priority than being right about whatever those judgments are that I might have tucked away. And in these cases, here's a little exercise that you can do before talking to the person so that your agenda is more focused on loving them than trying to sneak in some secret judgment that you have planted in your mind. You list out every last judgment that you might have of them on a piece of paper, no matter what they sound like. Just write them all out. They're stubborn, they're unwilling, they're never gonna change, they don't care, they're immature, whatever they may be. They exist, whether you say them out loud or not, so you might as well just write them down and call them for what they are. Then take a minute to look at that list and go back and circle each and every single one of those judgments that have applied to you at some point in your life. Sometimes me taking a 2-minute inventory of those before going into a conversation and acknowledging how forgiven I am by God on a regular basis can make for a major attitude adjustment when going into those conversations with an agenda that's more towards compassion and care as my priority. Other times the judgments might be couched in a more palatable term that you tell yourself, like, I don't want to hurt them, or I don't think they can handle this. And those things might sound good and they may even actually have some truth to them, but just check in with yourself on those to get really clear. Am I actually concerned about hurting them, or am I really dealing just with my own insecurities of the discomfort and the nervousness that comes with just being in the mess with people? If it's the second, it's okay. I get it. No one wakes up super excited to have an uncomfortable conversation, but just acknowledge it's tough and then get honest with yourself about what your resistance is really about. Sometimes people are capable of a lot more than you think. And in all of these scenarios, if you're willing to submit your judgments to your care, and if you're willing to really hear and be present with the other person over there, your agenda to love will supersede a lot of mistakes along the way.